Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. The Rock returns to Smackdown, but what does this mean for the WWE Universe? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the 15th September edition of the Blue Brand, as well as all the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know, including why The Rock returned to Smackdown. Is The Rock vs. Roman Reigns finally happening at WrestleMania? WWE fires 100 employees, including a familiar name. John Cena works dark match, and more. As always, we won't recap the matches, but look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The good. Finally, The Rock has come back. You've still got it. Is there any doubt that The Rock remains one of the most beloved figures in WWE history? Not after tonight's appearance by the Great One, as he showed up in Denver to entertain the fans as only he can do, dismantling his heel opponent on the microphone before dismantling him with a beatdown including a people's elbow. The Rock showed fans his timing is as good as ever, whether it's tilting his head, raising his eyebrow, or pausing to let fans enjoy the moment. If The Rock vs. Roman Reigns is happening at WrestleMania 40, more on that in the news, this was the perfect way to get things started. WWE setting up LA Knight vs. Roman Reigns? Is LA Knight being poised for a match against Roman Reigns? The fact that Paul Heyman is talking about an LA Knight problem should be enough to convince fans. However, if that's not enough, Knight's promo tonight where he put every champion on notice should dispel any doubts, especially after he saved Roman for last. Grayson Waller continues to deliver. Smackdown featured many surprises, so many that it was easy to get lost in the shuffle. That wasn't a problem for Grayson Waller, who continued showing why he's such an effective heel and a great catalyst for storylines. Tonight, Waller started off by running down John Cena, but this was just the beginning of a more complex storyline as Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa attacked Cena before AJ Styles ran in for the save. Austin Theory still in the mix. Austin Theory fans have been worried about A-Town's career ever since he began fading into the background following his trade to SmackDown. His United States Championship loss didn't help, but tonight's spot in the ring with The Rock was encouraging. It's safe to say there won't be a Rock vs. Theory program, but apparently WWE felt confident with putting Theory into the ring against one of the industry's greatest talkers, and Austin held his own. LWO and Rey Mysterio intrigue. Santos Escobar's dream is about to come true, wrestling against his idol Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. However, will his dream turn into a nightmare? The WWE has been playing its cards close to the vest, providing little, if any, clues about whether Santos will cut corners to win the match. WWE has been stressing how important the Latino World Order has been for Rey, especially after losing his wayward son Dominic, which makes longtime fans expect something bad to happen and ruin this relationship. Will it happen? The WWE is keeping fans guessing and doing a great job at it. Plenty of fan favorites. If wrestling fans like surprises and special appearances, they got their fill tonight as Pat McAfee and The Rock made surprise appearances, while John Cena continued his mini tour of SmackDown. While some critics might lambaste the WWE for throwing out so many surprise appearances in one night, the reality is that all three superstars' schedules are so busy that it was nothing short of miraculous to get any of them, let alone all three of them, on the same show. The WWE made the most of this, whether it was The Rock and Pat McAfee's exchange with Austin Theory, John Cena battling the Bloodline, or the brief backstage reunion between The Rock and Cena. Roman Reigns casts a long shadow. Roman Reigns isn't at SmackDown very often, at least not physically. However, Reigns' presence can always be felt, as seen again tonight when Paul Heyman followed the Tribal Chief's orders, whether it was having Solo Sikoa save Jimmy Uso from John Cena, or working to solve the LA Knight problem. While it's better to have Reigns on TV more often, the reality is that it is not going to happen due to Roman's limited schedule. Therefore, why not do the next best thing and make him a powerful figure who casts a long shadow over SmackDown? The bad. Is Asuka a babyface again? Or was her post-match reaction to Shotzi, thanking her for helping her against Bayley in Damage Control, just a case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend? If it's not the latter, it's sloppy storytelling, as you don't have the Empress of Tomorrow terrorizing babyfaces for weeks and then playing nice with them. The downright ugly. Nothing remotely ugly. A great show besides The Rock and Cena, as SmackDown found time on a busy night to showcase the men and women who appear every week, hopefully convincing potential new fans or lapsed fans to check things out the following week when The Rock and Pat McAfee won't be on. The Rock almost worked WrestleMania 39. Topping today's news is the revelation that The Rock almost wrestled Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment appeared on the Pat McAfee show on 15th September, revealing, "The Rock vs. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, it was locked. We were doing it. No, we were doing it. Let me just tell you, in the beginning of 2022, Nick Khan, who I've known for years, he's the man. He was very instrumental in bringing me and Vince together in LA, and this was the beginning of 2022, and we broke out Terramana and toasted life and toasted the business we love. About an hour later, we talked about me headlining WrestleMania with Roman Reigns at SoFi, and we shook hands and we hugged right there, and we left the table and said, let's do this. So what happened? According to The Rock. So then we had a year to really think about this. The thought was, let's not do something good, let's not do something great, let's do something unprecedented. The idea was, what can we do for the fans that has never been done before? According to the People's Champion, it proved difficult finding something unprecedented to do in terms of storyline, thus the match was scrapped. Is Roman versus The Rock finally happening? Now that The Rock has shared his side of why the match didn't happen last year, fans want to know if there's any chance of it happening next year. The Rock told Pat McAfee that while they couldn't figure out a storyline for WrestleMania 39, he's left the door open for next year's showcase of the Immortals. We got really close, but we couldn't figure out what that thing was, so we decided to put our pencils down and we agreed, hey listen, there's a merger coming up, there's WrestleMania coming up in Philly, that'll happen. I'm saying that it is potential too, I'm open. These comments, along with The Rock's Smackdown surprise appearance, are fueling speculation that a Roman vs. Rock match at WrestleMania 40 is a lock. What do you think? Why was The Rock on SmackDown? The Rock's SmackDown surprise appearance also has fans wondering why he appeared at all. Previous speculation had been that he might not appear during the Screen Actors Guild strike because he wanted to show solidarity with fellow actors. Some fans felt that John Cena's recent appearances in the WWE and The Rock's lack of appearances indicated The Rock didn't want to upset anyone in Hollywood. However, it appears The Rock's appearance, as well as that of Pat McAfee, was at least partly due to convenience. Both men were in Denver to attend a Denver college football game, which made it easy to show up at SmackDown. As for The Rock not wanting to ruffle any feathers in Hollywood, he's made generous donations to help his fellow actors who are out of work right now, so he may feel he has nothing to worry about. WWE releases over 100 employees. In other WWE news, the company laid off over 100 employees on Friday, with some surprise cuts. PW Insider is reporting, today's WWE layoffs have been completed, and there are some notable ones Wrestlelamia mentioned yesterday, as well as a surprise cut, that of Dana Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior's widow. Dana had worked in various roles in the WWE, including creative, but was more recently employed in its community department. While the release is a surprise, it's a reminder that no one is bulletproof in the WWE, with the exception of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. The cuts were deep, and according to a report from PW Insider, they gutted some departments. Wrestling News' Paul Davis summed up the PW Insider report. PW Insider reported that some divisions in the company were absolutely ripped apart during today's layoffs. The Insights and Analytics team had more than 20 people in that division, and they are now down to 3 people. There were also cuts in the marketing, graphic design, and live events department. Are you surprised by these cuts? Are talent cuts coming? Now that WWE has cut its employees, what about its wrestlers? Well, several news sites were quick to report that no talent were cut during Friday's purge. That doesn't rule out talent cuts in the near future. While there have been rumors of a roster cut, no one predicted they were going to take place on a specific day. That being said, WWE's bloated roster makes it likely some wrestlers will be future endeavored and/or see their contracts expire rather than being renewed. CM Punk comments on AEW termination, kinda, sorta. CM Punk is back, and while it's not in wrestling, at least not yet, he did speak about wrestling, kinda, sorta. Punk appeared in the commentary booth for Cage Fury Fighting Championships. According to a report from WrestleTalk's Liam Winnard, there appeared to be at least a slight acknowledgement of the AEW situation. As Punk's co-host John Morgan said, "We probably have some things to talk about." He also jokingly said Punk was returning to CFFC with cause. However, Punk simply sarcastically replied, "What is there that we could talk about?" Punk also said that he should be free for a couple of months, a statement some fans are interpreting as a sign the former AEW grappler is under a non-compete clause. John Cena wrestles dark match. Last but not least, fans attending the Denver edition of the Blue Brand had quite the night. Not only did The Rock and Pat McAfee show up, but John Cena worked a dark match, teaming with AJ Styles to battle Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Cena and Styles took care of the brothers, with Cena pinning Jimmy. Well guys, there you have it, WrestleLamia's look at the 15th September edition of SmackDown, including the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know in wrestling. Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.